What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I can vouch for this. I was upset with myself for not picking up what I thought were clear hints, when he responded frustrated with, "I don't understand hints, just tell me what you want, woman." He really helped me communicate better. I don't know why we grow up thinking we can't directly ask for things. Imagine hinting what you want at Chipotle. I don't know. Do you think I want guacamole? When people come crying to us, our first inclination is to fix the problem. Since this is, often, not possible, led with something along the lines of "can I vent for a minute?" or anything that signals to us this is just a time for active listening, rather than a problem-solving session. Otherwise it's just awkward. What the frick is going on here? In our heads, simply saying you need to cry tells us exactly what we need to do. As a man, I support this message. We don't get the hint. Saying "I almost broke my neck in the driveway" is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up, I'll be careful. Subtle hints do not work. Obvious hints do not work. Anything short of spelling it out a BC style at us will not work. When I try to pick up on hints I get it wrong almost every time. Can confirm. Source: good friend. Colleague at work asked me if I noticed anything different about her. I said it looked like she lost weight. She followed that up with, "I'm 5 months pregnant." Well, the good news is what you said is the opposite of what would have gotten you killed. We desperately want you to toss us things, instead of just handing them to us. When I asked my husband for confirmation on this, he said, it's fun to catch things. LOL, same. I just asked him and he replied the same exact sentence. As a favor, I worked on a girl's car one time and got pretty dirty. Afterwards, she asked me if I wanted to come inside and take a shower. I told her no, because I hadn't brought any clean clothes to put on after the shower. She just kinda giggled. Yeah, us guys aren't exactly too bright when it comes to reading between the lines. How many nights have you laid awake replaying this what if in your mind? I've lost count. 1987. Tuesday. Johnny Mopper shows up to do plumbing work. Woman opens door wearing negligees. Sorry ma'am, I'll come back later. 1988. A Friday evening. A tenant calls saying her and her friend can't get the electricity to work. 2 young women are in the apartment. They are scantily clad. One whispers to the other, "He's as good looking as you said." Johnny Mopper asks what the problem is. One says this isn't working and holds up a Hitachi magic wand. Johnny Mopper presses the button and the vibrator roars to life. Problem seems to be fixed. The ladies invite him to stay a while and have some wine and hang out just in case. That's alright. Don't want to intrude. And he politely leaves the pouting girls behind. etc. I had a girl tell me that my haircut looked nice. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. Dude, I got a compliment about some shorts I was wearing that I wasn't sure if they looked good or not. Those are now my favorite shorts. 15 years later, I'd really like my husband to stop wearing the first shirt I ever complimented him on. It's too small and has holes in it. But I can't throw it away and he always finds it. Haha, how lovely smiley face. We can't move our peanuts without closing our butthole. Help, I can't stop. You made me laugh even more so than the op. You just made men all over the internet clench their ass. That's power you can't buy. Just because we're in the shower for an abnormally long time doesn't mean we're jerking off. Guys like to have long hot showers too, you know. The shower is the only place that nobody bothers me and I can't just shut my mind down. That's why I take 30 minutes for a shower. Yeah, sometimes I just zone out and stand there for like 5 minutes. 40. I like hugs. You monster, I bet you like hand holding too. Freaking degenerates SMH. Nice try, BuzzFeed. Yeah, like why the hell do I keep stumbling on what seem like legitimate articles all over the internet that reference Reddit users as a primary source of factual information? This and any article with the word slammed backlash will quote random ass people on Twitter bitching about us and celeb being insensitive. I'm not staring at you, I'm zoned out thinking about how I'd start a brewery in medieval England, whilst my eyes just happen to be facing your direction. That awkward moment when you zone back in, and you are staring at someone you don't know that wasn't in front of you a moment ago, and they are looking back at you. Sorry, I was wondering if I could conquer 12th century England with a single firearm and zoned out. I've often wondered this, but more in terms of how many people you'd need. People then weren't all stupid and credulous. Obviously they'd be amazed and terrified by your assault rifle, but they'd examine a body and quickly figure out roughly what you had. Then they'd get you with a cavalry charge. You could definitely do it with a tank just because of how ridiculously intimidating it would be. Turn up at the capital or whatever castle the monarch lives in, blow a few things to pieces, and just demand surrender. However, at some point you'd have to get out of the tank. Guys also like to be walked up to and asked out. My current girlfriend, soon-to-be fiancé, asked me out. We worked at the same company, and she just came up to me and said, "Hey Justy Burger, I think you and I should go get dinner tonight." I asked her who else was going, and she said, "I think it'd be nice if it was just you and me." So yay, that was pretty cool. There is a guy at my office I really want to ask out, and you might have just given me the courage to do it. A girl from high school asked me if I wanted to grab a beer one night after we bumped into each other one day. It was a good evening. Nice to catch up. Shed some nachos. When we were wrapping up, she asked, "Do you want to grab a 12-pack and watch a movie? We're married now." Ask the dude out. If you have a son, don't rush into his room and demand that he get up immediately to do chores or some shit. He definitely has morning wood and would appreciate not needing to hide a boner from his mum. Give him like 5 minutes. Also, just not rushing into your kid's room in general. One day they are gonna run in there without knocking first and just catch a knife full of dong. There is no lock, so please knock, or you might see cock. Cannot stress this enough. Do you know how awkward it is to have your mum wake you up and tell you to get straight out of bed to do something? Let me deal with my pitched tent before I get out of bed, please. Just because I got pee on the wall doesn't mean I'm being lazy. It's because it decided to come out a different direction than where the hose was pointed. The good ole fork in the road. It's not that we can't take hints. We are just afraid of looking too far into something. If someone is flirting with me, I have the dilemma of, is she actually into me, or is this just how her personality is? I can't count the number of times that I ruined potential relationships or made an ass out of myself when I moved from the west coast of the US to the south. In the south, they use honey, sweetie, and darling like those in the west use dude. I thought every woman I met was flirting with me. They were not. I live in the north, and whenever I hear a girl call me hun or sweetie, which is very rare here, it's always super flattering, and I can completely see how you got that impression. Exactly. Take the hint and it was what we thought. Good. Flirting successful. Take the hint and I was wrong. Relation with her ruined. Entire group shames me until the heat death of the universe. If it is hot outside, and you see a guy do some wacky dance, they are just unsticking their balls. You fool. You've destroyed us. Not yet. With the rise in dumb 9-year-olds doing Fortnite dances, we might escape with only our virginities. What if Fortnite dances were created to cover for us unsticking our balls? Shrinkage. Like the frightened turtle. Butters. Where you going, little fella? I was in the pool. Only weirdos choose to piss in the urinal next to you when there are plenty of open urinals along the wall. Also, if we have to use the toilet to piss, we tend to piss on the side of the bowl to make less noise. Whisper piss. Stealth piss mode when having a piss at 2 AM at a guest's house. Pee shivers. I've never felt so connected to my fellow man than knowing every guy in the world understands these 2 words. I know what it means, but I've never had it happen to me. Makes me sad. Our balls are slightly uncomfortable 30% of the time. Sometimes we like to be the little spoon. If the big spoon is smaller than you, it's called a jetpack. I don't know if you just made this up, but I love it. I came to say the same thing. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Reddit a while back though. Either way, it's way more comfy than big spoon, and I start my dreams wearing a jetpack. It's actually not always so easy to get an erection. Sometimes he's tired, or he's nervous or worried, or he's on meds that make it difficult. Antidepressants are notorious for this, or any number of things. The stereotype is that men are always ready to get up and go, but this is far from true. So don't expect it, and don't be offended when his dong doesn't want to play, even if he does. To add to this, sometimes you can't orgasm. It's not that sex doesn't feel great, it's the same game of tired, meds, anxious, etc. Sometimes we want to not do anything cause our dongs get hard for no reason. Many are hey come to your chores having to be deflected with yeah in a minute while you wait. As a LHS teacher, I both hear this all the time and have sympathy for the boys. Billy, please write your answer on the board. Just a minute Mr. Pup HD. Gotta find my homework. He's not fooling me. He knows he's not fooling me, but part of the guy code is to mutually pretend that I'm fooled. Female teachers need to be told this in our education classes. Our aim isn't bad, it's just sometimes a weird spray, plus that splashback. There's bloom. If our balls are itchy, we don't actually scratch them. Instead we rely on clever little pinches to the nutsack. The good old pinch and roll technique, until you accidentally slip and give yourself the old ball killer technique. We're not talking about cooking, are we? I'm more of a stretch and scratch man myself. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more r/AskReddit content. Be sure to check out our playlist, link in the description below.